Hey there, my name is Veronica, and I am a conscious manifesting coach. That is Jon Snow behind me, and he is in a very relaxed state at the moment. He is here to help me bring you this very important video on attracting your specific person. The inspiration actually comes from a client who was just doing all of the wrong things. And he actually offered me to use his story in a video to help other people, show them what not to do. So this video is super important if you are trying to break through and you keep beating your head against the wall wondering what you are doing wrong, why you haven't seen results yet with your specific person. You might be making some of these same mistakes and these same assumptions as he was making. So hopefully it can help you. Before we do that, I want to say that if you are looking for further study, I have just launched a self-study course, veronicaisles.teachable.com. Attract constant communication and being made a priority by a specific person. In this course, you will find never before seen exclusive videos, over an hour's worth of meditations, and tons of lecture material, quizzes that will make you smile, all sorts of processes that can help attract all of those text messages, all of those sweet phone calls, and all of those social media shout outs you have been looking for from this specific person. I also have something called the Specific Person Workshop Package, and that is daily help from me. You're going to be in constant contact with me. I'm going to give you an exercise every single day that is going to help you reprogram your subconscious mind, get you those results you want. Custom meditations also come with this package, as well as texting time to personally be in contact with me. I'm going to hold your hand and help you. You can find all of that good information at veronicaisles.com. Okay, so let's talk about this client, and I'm not going to tell him I made this video. I really hope he watches it and he gets inspired to actually see it through, because he's so close and he doesn't realize how close he is, which is probably the case with a lot of you. You probably have implemented your desire with so much belief, so much fuel, so much pure visualizations, intentions. And you're like, hey, where is it? What am I doing wrong? Why isn't it working? And you're probably so close and you're making this one mistake that is holding you back. Okay, so this guy, he believes he will get back with this girl, his love, who he considers it to be his soulmate, the person that he is connected so well with, his specific person, the object of his affection. So he believes with such intent, such purpose. The problem is he keeps testing out to see if it's working by contacting her. Every single time he contacts her, can you guess what keeps happening? He keeps basically getting the door slammed in his face. And then he feels like he's back to square one and wonders what went wrong. Because he said, I believed it. I believed she was going to contact me on Friday so badly. And I sent her a message and she didn't want to hear from me. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? And basically, the problem he is making is he's planting his seed and then he's checking through the soil to see where the roots are. He's not trusting that the flower is just going to grow. He's thinking he has to do something. That unless he does something, she's not going to do anything. And you may not be making this mistake by contacting your specific person, but you may be doing other things that are implementing a sense of control, as if you want to have control over when it happens, how it happens, because you believe with such clarity that it's going to happen, that you're actually taking physical action, which you may be labeling as inspired, but it's not inspired at all, because if it was true inspired action, you'd already have the result. It would already be yours. This is the same example of believing that you can be thin and have the body you want, and saying, well, I'm manifesting my metabolism to go really, really fast. And then you go and you eat like 6,000 calories, everything, and then you wake up the next morning and you're like, wait, why did I gain all this weight? I believed I was going to have the ultimate body and I was going to be able to eat everything I wanted. You were implementing a sense of control. Same thing as wanting to manifest a lot of money. You don't then go out and like max all of your credit cards out to the limit and like overdraw your bank account because you believe you already have the money when you actually don't. The right time to contact this person is when you're reciprocating how they contacted you. And they will. They really will. If you give them a chance and you let go of that attachment and you just do your own thing, living in the state of she is mine or he is mine, they're going to contact you because they have to. Because if you are that person just because you want to be, not because your happiness or your peace of mind is dependent on them doing something, by default, they'll actually reach out and it will blow your mind. Now, the problem with this guy is the second he makes the mistake of contacting her, it blows up. He's like, I can't keep believing, I can't keep having faith, it's not going to work. But his faith is coming from outer things. It's almost like chasing your shadow, chasing your tail, chasing your mirror reflection. You can't base your faith on the outer world because the outer world is copying the inner world of you. So if you base your faith on the inner knowing that the inner world is the leader, the outer world will be the duplicate. But you can't have this part backwards. So this guy, he's so close. And I really hope when this video comes out that he has done it, he has transcended it, he has just allowed her to miss him from a pure standpoint, then he'll have her, he'll be with her, he'll be in that blissful relationship he is so seeking. The problem is when your happiness is dependent on someone else reaching out. Say you believe it and you feel peace about it, and then you get down and you start feeling defeated because it didn't happen that day. That person is in control of your happiness. That person is actually on a pedestal and you didn't even realize it because that person is effectively controlling your peace of mind. Your peace of mind has to come from within. And if you can master this, if you can find that peace first, you will unlock the secrets to being in the relationship of your dreams, having ideal health, having all the money you could dream of, could wish for, having perfect body, having job success, whatever you are seeking. You will find it naturally comes to you because you are living in that abundant state. But you can't have another person on a pedestal to the point where you are going to be miserable unless Friday was the day. If she doesn't contact you on Friday, that's okay. Like it could be a different Friday. It could be Saturday at 10 a.m. It could be another moment. But if you throw in the towel and you're like, I just can't believe anymore because my outer world hasn't caught up yet. If you need someone that desperately, then you will always push them away. You will always push away the experience of being with this person because they are so much in control of how you feel that you can't create. All you're doing is creating lack from a standpoint like that because you're saying this person is in control of my happiness. That is lack. That is pure lack to the strongest degree. Again, you can't plant a seed and then the next day wonder and check in on it. Like, is it going to work? You're just going to dig it up, you're going to disrupt it, and you're going to prevent it from ever breaking the soil. Now, another mistake that this client is making is he thinks that there's something called a bad sign or an indication of what he wants cannot be. Now, he placed a particular label on a social media device. Whenever he saw this particular device, he thought it was an indication that what he want couldn't happen. Now, signs don't arrive like that because, again, no one is in control of what you can have or what you cannot have except for you. So every time he saw this social media device, I told him to feel neutral about it, to not get triggered by it, to not come from a place of lack or think that that was showing him lack. Instead, that was a chance for him to just feel as abundant as ever. Who cares about this? It's not a negative sign. So make sure you don't get attached to this idea of getting signs that something cannot happen or that something is not meant to be. And likewise, if you see positive signs, they're just little nudges. They're not in control of anything either. Signs are interpretive. One person's negative sign is another person's positive sign. They are in no control over what you can have or what you cannot have. Now, you cannot hold on to something that tight and expect it to happen. You are sucking all of the life out of what would otherwise flourish. You cannot believe someone will contact you and then when it doesn't happen, reach out, and when they're not ready to talk, throw in the towel and say, well, I just can't manifest. You didn't do it right. You didn't even try. Your happiness, your ability to feel okay was dependent on them contacting you. If you feel this way, they're not going to contact you. they're not going to reach out. They're not going to reach out until you are okay. You are okay, and it's just a preference. It's just something you want. It's something you are seeking, but it's not something that's in control of your entire life or your ability to feel peace, joy, contentment, or the realization that you are the center of your world. You have to be the center of your world. They will not find you important enough to contact you unless you realize this first. Otherwise, you will continuously push them away time and time again and blame it on that you're just not good at manifesting. When actually you're a master at this, you instinctually know how to do this. You're just not letting yourself fly. You're not letting yourself flourish. Now, another thing he thought was that me telling him to feel okay in the moment was a trick or a ploy to get him to feel better so he could move on and meet someone else. I told him this wasn't the case at all. I don't believe you have to move on to meet someone else. I believe that you can move ahead and move forward to where that specific person can actually come in. But if you are stuck in place, stuck in your hole of lack, the person will never arrive because they can't arrive in that state, in that foundation, in that space. They just can't. You have to move forward, which some people mistake as moving on, like it's a trick. Like they'll stop wanting this specific person if they don't feel the lack. But you can't be with this specific person unless you stop feeling the lack. So it's totally up to you. Your destiny is in your hands and you don't even realize it is. Again, manifesting is not forming false hope. It is not tricking yourself or living in a fantasy world. You are manifesting all the time. You have a belief, a feeling. If you want to manifest a specific person, whether it's someone you were in a relationship with or someone you've never been in a relationship with who has rejected you, or just a crush you have, it's really simple. It's really basic. And you've probably already done the intention setting, the visualizing already, and that's enough. You don't have to continue doing it. It's not a prerequisite. It's not a requirement. It's not something you're supposed to do 55 times or every time a day or as a ritual. In fact, don't do it like this at all. It's something that you do because it brings you pleasure without any attachments whatsoever. And again, it's not false hope, getting yourself to be all wound up for something just to be disappointed. But if you need it so badly that you're like, if this doesn't happen, my world is going to end, you know you're coming from a place of attachments, lack, and you're holding on way too tightly. But if you can be like, hey, I want this person. They are wonderful. I believe they're my soulmate. But I'm going to give them time. I'm going to love them unconditionally enough to let them resolve whatever they need to right now, have whatever life experience they want right now, the freedom to do whatever they want. And I believe the time is going to come where they're going to feel this huge pull towards me, this huge need, this love, this adoration, this admiration, and they are going to reach out. The universe is going to orchestrate a perfect and beautiful togetherness. And you can just feel that and just do your own thing. You don't wait around for it. You just feel it as inevitable. That's when it comes every single time without fail. Again, you can't fail at manifesting because it's who you are. You're a manifester by nature. Learn how to harness it. Learn how to deliberately manifest because what a beautiful thing to deliberately receive your heart's desire. And again, I hope this sweet man who deserves to be with the love of his life, he shared a picture with me. They were a totally cute couple. I truly hope he gets it. I hope this video hits home. And I hope it hits home for a lot of other people as well, because I'm sure a lot of you who are banging your head against the wall are making a lot of these same mistakes or something quite similar. Again, this advice can be applied to money. It can be applied to the perfect job, whatever you're seeking. Reuniting with your best friend from childhood, whatever it may be, it can work. Okay, well, I'm Veronica. If you would like to learn more about my self-study course, veronicaisles.teachable.com. You can get my coaching packages like my specific person workshop package at veronicaisles.com. And I wish you the happiest and the most beautiful of days and all of the success in the world.